look at what is being shown here, be it building, mechanical, electrical, all the fields, the major fields of design and technology, they are covered. If you give a script to a child to say, we want to come up with this artifact, with such drawings, it becomes easier for them, right? And more of an entertaining matter than just visualizing, because remember, we are calling it design and technology, not so. So for it to be design and technology, we need to venture in this new field. On our part, we are more than ready to work with you from the start to the end, because we've done a simple research.
Keep on recording. Okay. What is happening? It's on.
This is what led us to the conclusion that actually our children are ready to move forward. But I will not lie to you. We are all in the education industry, right? From the time that you introduced this program, little has been done to make it a reality, especially on this part. Why do I say so? Policies are made, okay, let's move in this direction. But for me, I would conclude to say we have not helped our children so much. Because we've tried. We bring a group of, say, grade 8, boys and girls, look at this. Do you understand this? They will tell you, yes, this is a house. Or this is a chair that we want to make. But then when they get back to school, you find that they cannot be given access to computers. I know issue of computers has been the biggest talk of our times, to say, no, we don't have computers. But all the schools, even here, there is a computer room here, right? Yes. So it should be a straightforward matter. Once it is introduced, you install it. Installation isn't a problem, but it all gets back to us. Are we ready to move our children forward? We've done our part in all these areas, but then we are sitting on a gold mine. The people that we are training, once they finish, most of this languishing that we see, lack of jobs, lack of what we do or what to do, can actually be eradicated. Because from just the old way of maybe making a poorly finished table to some other product that is incomplete, our children can actually now go a step further. Like it was in the past, where you do technical and vocational training, you can actually be taken up in the industry. But I doubt if that's the case nowadays. You find that our field has actually obscured, has been put in the shade, because we haven't stood up to the challenge. So I would wish, Chair, that if each and every one of us, we were to work together, this requires less training. I know there are people amongst us who are practicing this, okay? But I would safely conclude to say this knowledge is just ours. But we are not so much interested in you. We want our children, when they get out there, they are capable of competing on the global market. Because our children are very bright. Isn't that true?
Yes.
Most of the phones that we have, when you give to our young ones, they will be able to operate them within a few days. They will even know those gadgets more than we actually do. So, I know mostly we like throwing it to the government. No, they haven't done what? But sometimes policymakers, they might not be aware of the actual challenges that we face on the grassroots. It is us here. For instance, we've noticed everywhere you go, you find that our graduates, not just grade 12s nowadays, degree holders, diploma holders, they say we don't have jobs. So, what is the problem? If I may ask. Because I mean, all of us in here, specialists in design and technology, when it comes to workshop practice, no one can beat us at that game. And now when we look at what the nation imports from outside, these are some of the things that we can actually do ourselves. And for some time now we have said, we are calling it design and technology. It's not like in the old days where if you are a woodworker, when they take you to the metal workshop, you can almost immediately injure yourself. You will not be ready to make a thread, for instance. Okay? But this time around, it's all a friendly space. You can go to the plastic shop, do something, you can do anything, unrestricted. So, it's a question of us taking it upon ourselves. The situation at hand, actually the nation doesn't have solutions. We are more into this culture of looking up to say, what has the chair done? I mean, Zate hasn't been performing well. So obviously the chair and the group, they are not doing their part. But it's not the leaders that really have an issue. It's here. Look at this. I've just been told that the implementation on the part of CAT hasn't really taken place so much. Why? Policies were made. Okay? But then, where are the staff to take it upon? If today I stand before you and say, okay, I'm the one in charge of policies, from now on, we will not call it design and technology, we will call it electrical engineering. And the documents are written, okay, this is the new curriculum. It comes to our school. But then, what then? The final person in this story is us here. We can help the nation move forward, not through rhetorical statements like it has always been, but you know what I mean. You have to take up, is it a chisel, a mallet, or all these tools that we've been aware of, and establish our own programs. For instance, in the field of design and technology, we embrace this new concept of riprap, self-replicating artifacts. Our workshops, believe me, maybe these new schools, they've not been furnished with serious tools. equipment. But a standard school, most of these schools that you have, for as long as that it has a good workshop, a metal shop, it's enough to generate other tools. You agree with me that the challenges that we face usually emanate from the lack of tools? Not so. But with our knowledge in design and technology, we can actually come up with new tools. For these new schools that have been built but they do not have serious workshop tools like lathe machines, wood lathes, drills, these are equipments that we can simply go to one school. If Ndola Girls has been furnished with serious tools, we simply come here, take some measurements. Tomorrow you are in town, they replicate that tool. Off, we are using it. Now, that's on the part of the institution. But what are the benefits of our children? When they fully appreciate design and technology in its fullest form, our children move straight from grade 12. Those standards that you have put, say when they finish grade 12, they do what? Is it trade test? TVETA accredited. You give them some certificates, right? Exactly. But what has crippled our society has only been one thing. Okay? If we were to bring drawing boards here, okay, we are going to do a very good job. Line work, doing bolts and nuts, and the story goes on. But how long will it take us simply for us to complete a table? It takes us hours. But now, how much work, look at that product being played there. It was a laptop that we were designing. With the concept of reverse engineering, you simply sit down, learn from what has been made already, do some reverse engineering, then you have a soft copy file like that. From there, it is easier to realize our dreams. I don't know if we are agreeing.
Yes.
So, really the problem, I do not think and I do not agree it's with the ministry and the rest of the people. I don't think so. The issue is with us. If by law we have that curriculum, for me that's all is needed, because if they find me teaching something that is not in the syllabus, obviously I'm going to be questioned. But if CAD is there, is it Corel Draw at grade 9? Corel Draw, AutoCAD?
Yes.
And Google SketchUp. So, it's because of lack of appreciation of computer software. That is why you find that up to now, we still restrict our children to just simple tasks. I don't know, Your Honor, our chair, what was the last question, for instance, in this previous exam? Grade 4. Yes, just a question in design and technology. What were they working on? Oh, grade 9. Grade 9, what were they working on?
There was no question.
Design.
Project.
Where CAD is concerned.
Oh, there was no question, but they designed something.
They designed something, just let's say for example, they are trying to design something using the design process that is available. The CAD is
Maybe to also highlight one thing, grade 9 question, there was also a design question that required the pupils to design where they can put some toothbrushes. The sink was overcrowded with toothbrushes, so they were told to design at least a component that can hold those.
Yeah, so look at such a wonderful question. Now, how much more would you have received if they were given much training in that, or much attention was also given to CAD? You would have received so much more than what the children were able to bring about. Because the fact of the matter is that a young mind reasons has a much wider space of operation than we do. So, if they are given an opportunity to take up this right from the start, because we have come to redefine CAD as simply when you list all those tools for drawing board, sets,